Okay. Grab some gloves. Had our breakfast. Hit the garage door. Let's go for a ride. It is a balmy 35 today. Hey, look what came. I told you guys I was working on something. That's right. But we'll work on that this afternoon. Today, gotta go for a bike ride. So, pop the phone in, charger, power up the bike, and I will go ahead and clear my trip as usual. I like to zero out so I know I got a full battery, and I use my trip to manage my battery. So, I use the percentage of battery, but really I count my miles. I watch my miles. I know a full battery charge, if all I use with throttle, would get me 33 miles before it completely died. We've done that test a couple times. So, this is, I just have no strength in my hands. And that is why I have to have surgery. So we're gonna go ahead and check the link. We're gonna check the tires. Button up. Now, let me grab us a couple of tissues for the pocket because it's cold and my eyes will water. And my nose might run. So, go ahead. There we go. All right. Not going to go on a big ride today. I just need to blow the stink off. And I thought I'd talk a little bit. Oh yeah, seat's good now. I thought we'd talk a little bit about riding in the street or in the bike lane, or riding on the sidewalk. And this is me, this is personal. Not everybody, in fact, nobody I know lives on a bike trail. So if you've recently picked up a new e-bike, congrats. But now you got to figure out, where am I going to ride? And yeah, you can ride around the neighborhood, and everybody does, and you stay in your little local streets. But what I would recommend is getting out and driving your neighborhood. Learn your route. Know the lights. Know the intersections. See, I know I can skip through here. And I don't myself feel comfortable in the streets. Certain streets I have no problems with. And it all depends on time of day, really. So I'm not real comfortable. This is York Road here. I feel a little more comfortable on the sidewalk through this stretch. It's the sidewalk is always a little rougher, you know. So, but as you can see, there's no dedicated bike lane over here. I believe they had markings to show that it's a bike accessible lane, but hey man, see through. I always give the hand gestures on coming through to thank people and for the ones who paid attention, and to draw attention to the people who weren't paying attention. Here I am. It's kind of a habit I drew up with riding with Jen because I'm usually go point, I'll take point, she'll ride behind. And I do that on purpose because these intersections, I don't trust her leading and people not seeing. People will not look for her. I look for the people that aren't looking. So, yeah, I know I can zip through this. All right. That's what I mean. I know that intersection there. I know when I can get through it and when I'm not. I mean, I'm in my backyard, so of course I've driven that many times. Oh. Sorry about that. Check the camera. So, but yeah, these little side streets, I have no problem on. But when I get up to like the York Road I talked about, and coming up to a main road, Pearl Road, where is a really great example of sidewalk versus street riding. And, you know, you need to know. You need to know where you know, the number one cause of accidents is you come up in a situation you were unaware of, and you have to make split-second decisions. And a friend of mine just fell, who's doing a video, who does videos, and he was brave enough to post that fall. I give him a lot of credit for it. But the reason he fell was because he came into an intersection that had a split in the road, and he came through a tunnel, and he had to make a decision on which path to take, and he stopped, and he lost his footing. And it just happens, and it happens when you weren't expecting. So, and here we go. We're on Pearl Road now. You see I'm on the sidewalk, and we're in a city, Parma Heights, and Parma Heights just recently redid Pearl Road here. As you can see, they've put the right lane is for bikes, shared lane, let's call it that. And I'm not comfortable with that lane on Pearl Road. Now, some streets I am. Some streets I have no problem with the shared lane, but not this place. But then what's nice is it goes from a shared lane to a dedicated bike lane here. So, and of course, then I'm really in my zone at that point. I feel comfortable. You know, I still worry about the traffic And it's a main drag up through here, so it's very busy. It can be. So I'm very comfortable, but what happens here is we'll come up to Snow Road, and then we switch cities. We go from Parma Heights to Parma, and Parma does not have a dedicated bike lane. So Pearl Road this lane will disappear, and it'll turn into a shared lane. And again, I'm not comfortable on this particular road. Being in a shared lane. So now I know some of my buddies out there in different parts of the country, you know, you don't have a choice. I see some of the back roads, and those country back roads you ride are gorgeous, just wonderful. And you're pretty much sharing the road. You have no choice. So for some of you bikers out there, you know, again, it comes back to learning your neighborhood. So I'm very close to bike trails, but I don't take them. And here, the dedicated bike lane disappears. As you can see, it stopped. And so I get off and I get back on the sidewalk because I'm more comfortable here than I am. So let's see, do I got time to make it through? Yes, I think I do. So yeah, again, you need to know your intersections, know your area. So yeah, you can see the street is labeled a shared lane, but oh boy, I'll tell you. Again, I know this street, and I'm just not comfortable with it. I'm not comfortable with it on my own, let alone if I'm riding with Jen out there. She's definitely not comfortable. She's done it. She's a trooper. She's a good kid. Love her to death. She's a great riding partner. She's up for anything, and she trusts me. So I'm never gonna break that trust and put her in a situation where she's in danger or uncomfortable. So I always make sure that I watch out for her. So I'm a little more freewheeling when I'm by myself, but I keep an eye on everything. So, and again, here you can see it's a shared lane still. This is Parma. And then the funny part of it is when we cross Brook Park Road, I'm gonna say Brook Park Road. We'll come up to a main intersection here, but once we hit Cleveland, goes back to a dedicated bike lane. We get a nice little bike lane over. So we zip back off, take the bike lane for a few miles, and then we lose it. I take this route because if I'm going downtown, which is 15 miles, if I'm going downtown, I'll take this route. If I'm going to my oldest son's, I take this route. I'll take this route to come visit my mechanic, Berto. And there's out of gas. There's an e-bike seller there. I'll stop and talk with him a little bit. Scooch around. And this is a crazy intersection here. So very busy. You don't want to take too many liberties that you don't know. I probably got this. No, I don't. Yep. Yeah, you just don't. Chances aren't not a good thing to take on a bike ride, on an e-bike. So, you know, it's funny because I'll see a lot of these kids out there, especially these kids from New York, and, you know, the urban guys, and they're zipping through traffic and weaving in between, you know, cars at the red light. And I'm like, gee, holy, that's not my style, you know. And you've seen me, I don't mind going into a crowd, but I'm not about to. I'm going. They get the arrow. I wait for that arrow. I'll be there all day. Yeah. So yeah, you know, I you know, again here you see it's a shared lane. I'm just not, you know. If it was Sunday morning, I would take that all day long. In fact, I'd take the whole road. I'd zigzag down the street and sing to my heart's content. But it's a weekday. So I have learned my comfort level and the risks I'm willing to take and the risks I'm willing to, put Jen in. So, and that's not very much. So, you know, like I say, these areas here are just, you know, it's up and down, a lot of bumps. The sidewalks are not taken care of very well. Some are better than others. And some routes you do it once and go, not again. I ain't going that way anymore. So, but up here will be Brook Park Road, and that'll be the end of Parma and the border of Cleveland. So yeah, so Cleveland is, we'll cross that, and then Cleveland's doing a nice job of trying to add bike paths. So we're actually in Cleveland, but the dedicated bike lane here, see it's shared here, and then right in front of the bridge, we get our own bike lane. So, which is nice because their sidewalks are pretty bad. So I'm really glad to get a bike lane. You got a lot of salt in the salt trucks from the snow. Oh yeah. Probably better off on the sidewalks. So then again, I'm gonna stay on the edge here, avoid the salt. And here, you know, I'm not sure if these guys coming in, you got a fork in the road here. These guys coming in, take this, they can. So I obey the traffic. I'll watch, you know, I'll stop at this light. That's a risk I don't want to take. And again, I've driven these areas for years. So I know, I don't like anything about that, so I'm gonna jump on the sidewalk. So, you know, there's another reason why. And the nice part about, you know, when you get yourself an e-bike, you got choices. You could do either or. Nobody's going to pull you over for being on a sidewalk. You'll get your bike professionals, let me throw my quotes up, you know, the guys that have the patches on their jackets and the logos all over, like they have some sponsorship, like there's some big shots. They're the guys who are gonna give us dirty looks, tell us where we should bike and where we can't bike and we're not allowed. And I've had that happen to me. I've had a male Karen go off on me. Yeah, you're okay, man. Sorry, I didn't want to scare you. So, again, I'm gonna zip down this way because I know I've traveled these roads. I know that is going to be a horrible area to bike through. There's no sidewalks. And it's a very kind of congested 2-lane road. So I'll avoid that one, thank you. But again, that goes back to me telling you, just, you know, learn your routes, learn your territories. And when you're really, you got, you know, I'm gonna say 1,000, 1,500 miles under your belt, you can really branch out and you can really start to explore a little bit more, I would say, comfortably, safely, where you feel you are in command of the situation, other people are not. So, you know, like here, I know I can get myself out of trouble by hopping up on the sidewalk. I got a clear view of my mirrors of traffic behind me. No problems ahead of me. A couple crazy guys out golfing today. This is really. Oh boy, it's cold out here, guys. I mean, I'm good. You know, you saw how I dressed, so I'm ready for it. So I can see whether it's biking or golfing or whatever. Get out when the sun's out. I get it. I understand it. And we're back on, this is Ridge Road. It heads north and south. We're gonna zip along. And Ridge Road is not a good road to ride the street either. So yeah, I live in a heavily congested suburban area that is not, I wouldn't say it's unfriendly, but it's not friendly to bikes. What's holding everything up here? No one's going. It's got a green light. Oh, they do. I get a car behind me. I'd like to go straight across, but I'm not gonna. So, see traffic thinning out. I'm gonna join this car. Check my rear, and I am good to get in there. It's another tricky area too. I feel comfortable up here. Jen does not, and most people I would not recommend to ride around the shopping areas, but that's all right. Would have waited. I'll zip through here. I got a buddy that works at Walmart. That is an e-biker and a video recorder. Dick's. I like to ride my bike up here and go to Dick's, but so yeah, this is behind the mall. Used to be one big mall, like our conventional malls you think of, and yeah, it was a big one too, Parmatown, and then they tore it down. It just got abandoned, you know, Sears and some of your big retailers just walked out. So again, you're seeing a renaissance, I guess. I don't know what the word is. Seeing them converting these malls into trendy shopping strip centers, I guess. So you can see me zipping where I come around, where I know this area. One, I grew up here. I moved away for 30, 40 years, but and I e-bike through here regularly. So I know my lights, I know my intersections, and I know how to finagle around. So I may seem impulsive or wild in the streets, but that's not my gig, guys. I am trying to be as safe as can be. I know when to go and not to. And I have a medical condition, so I gotta be safe. We're gonna wiggle our way back to our homestead. Old Brook High School. And the private schools are popping up, guys. Good for you. Good for you. School choice should be a way of life. Not sure which way you're going. Crossed, cut through the apartments. Kind of have it to cut through here. The kids are all usually out playing out back here. And they start yelling when they see me coming. I like to tease him. He chased me down the street. I love being in an area with kids. It's, you know, to me, I've always, every house, I've always been around kids. So I like the sound of laughing and playing in the streets. I love it. Kids are our future, and nothing annoys me more than to see kids not get a chance to be kids. So this is my Independence Drive, right off my main homestead. Oh boy. And we're not far from home, so this is the other high school in Parma, Valley Forge. My wife went to high school here, so we grew up in the same neighborhoods. All right. Hey Siri. Hey Siri. Open the garage door, please. Okay. Ta-da. Thank you, Siri. Hey. One here. I gotta rearrange all these bikes anyway, pull everything out of the garage. So, thank you guys for riding with me. And if you have any questions, leave them down in the comments. Please, like and subscribe. I don't make a living at this, don't want to, but that really helps my channel grow. So, thank you very much, and Jerry T out.